What if the most important AI release this year is not a model? Imagine taking a coding agent apart. The model, the tools, the memory, the shell, the permissions, even the interface. Now imagine every piece can be replaced without rebuilding the rest. That is the hook behind DeepSeek Harness. It is not simply another assistant competing for a place in your terminal. It is the open machinery underneath an assistant, packaged so developers can construct a completely different agent on top. The project is called DSH, and DeepSeek describes it with one line: everything is a plugin. The model adapter is a plugin. The tool registry is a plugin. The session log, sandbox, approval policy, agent loop, and web interface are plugins too. Conventional assistants expose a few extension points around a protected core. Harness tries to remove that privileged core. Developers compose the runtime from interchangeable parts, and those parts can register services, events, and reversible effects through the Cordis framework. A running agent begins with a profile. That profile stacks ordered bundles. The base bundle supplies model adapters, tools, persistence, credentials, telemetry, sandboxing, and approval policy. A web bundle adds the interactive browser application. A headless bundle supports one-shot automation without a server. Above those bundles sit profile patches, home-level configuration, and temporary run overlays. Later layers can replace earlier ones. The result is not hidden. One command prints the exact plugin tree your machine will boot. Then comes the agent loop. A user message opens a turn. The runtime assembles prompt sections and tool schemas, asks the model for the next step, streams the answer, executes approved tool calls, records the results, and decides whether another step is owed. Plugins can intercept the request before the model sees it, guard a tool before execution, or observe the turn as it closes. The important distinction is between durable session events, which survive reloads, and live extension events, which influence work in flight. The session log is more than chat history. It is the source of truth for the context sent to the model. Raw assistant chunks, tool calls, tool results, and user messages become a replayable event stream. Forking a session, resuming after a crash, rendering a transcript, or attributing a failure all derive from that record. Harness enforces a demanding rule. Model visible means logged. If information reaches a model request, the runtime must be able to reconstruct where it came from. That makes sophisticated agents easier to inspect, instead of merely harder to understand. The architecture becomes especially interesting at its capability seams. A file system tool consumes a file system service without caring whether the provider is local, containerized, or remote. Shell, terminals, language servers, and background jobs can share the same execution world. Swap that provider, and the entire agent moves with it. The same pattern applies to model adapters and subagents. A subagent may be a fresh child process, a delegated turn in another product, or a custom internal service, all hidden behind one interface. This explains why comparisons with Claude Code need care. Claude Code is a mature coding product. Install it, point it at a repository, and start working. DeepSeek Harness is currently a developer preview designed to be reconfigured and rebuilt. Claude offers an opinionated experience. Harness offers architectural freedom. You could replace the model, route shell execution into an isolated remote sandbox, add a company approval system, redesign the interface, or change how subagents are created. That does not make Harness better for every user. It makes it a different category of tool. Model flexibility also opens the door to local inference. With an Ollama-compatible adapter, prompts can stay on your machine, and hosted token charges can disappear. But zero API fees do not mean zero cost. Local inference consumes electricity, memory, storage, and often a capable GPU. A compact DeepSeek R1 model is not equivalent to a hosted frontier model. Context length, structured output, tool calling, latency, and coding quality must all be tested with the exact model and adapter used in production. Trying the project is straightforward. Running the npx command starts the web interface on localhost. Building from source requires a current node release, core pack, and pnpm, followed by install, type checking, and the build. The repository is large because it contains the host runtime, browser client, native components, Python pieces, examples, documentation, and many plugin packages. For serious use, pin a known version, inspect the resolved configuration, audit third-party plugins, and keep shell execution behind an explicit sandbox and approval boundary. The larger story is not DeepSeek versus Claude. It is the shift from fixed assistance to programmable agent runtimes. Models will keep improving and changing. The surrounding machinery, tools, memory, permissions, observability, execution, and verification may become the more durable asset. DeepSeek Harness makes that machinery first-class and replaceable. Mature products may still win for everyday coding today, but for teams building private automation, specialized coding agents, or entirely new developer platforms, this is one of the most important open architectures to study. Just remember the warning in the official repository. It is a developer preview, and breaking changes are expected.